As people age, many begin to underestimate the importance of personal grooming and appearance. It's not always intentional. Sometimes it's due to health challenges, limited mobility, or simply the feeling that it doesn't matter anymore. But in reality, how an older person presents themselves still sends a powerful message about self-respect, vitality, and mental sharpness. When seniors neglect grooming, skipping haircuts, wearing stained clothes, or not maintaining good hygiene, others notice immediately, even if they stay polite and don't mention it. These small details often shape how others perceive them. A tidy, well-groomed appearance reflects self-care, confidence, and dignity. On the other hand, appearing unkempt can unintentionally make others think someone is depressed, lonely, or losing independence. Maintaining appearance doesn't mean chasing youth or vanity. It's about taking pride in oneself, keeping hair neat, trimming nails, wearing clean and comfortable clothes, and maintaining fresh breath and skincare. These small actions have big psychological effects. They lift mood, increase self-esteem, and even motivate people to stay active and social. When seniors look in the mirror and see a lively, cared-for person, it reminds them that they still matter, to themselves and to others. Moreover, appearance affects how others interact with older adults. Friends, family, and even strangers respond more warmly when someone looks well-kept and cheerful. It makes conversations more positive and helps maintain respect. In contrast, when grooming declines, people may unconsciously distance themselves or treat the person with pity instead of equality. It's also worth noting that personal grooming can be a subtle form of mental exercise and discipline. Getting dressed neatly, choosing colors that suit the day, or applying a bit of perfume or aftershave are simple routines that keep the mind engaged and connected to daily life. In short, aging gracefully begins with how you care for yourself each day. A clean face, a brushed head of hair, fresh clothes, and a smile do far more than improve looks. They protect dignity and communicate vitality. Ignoring grooming may seem harmless, but it quietly erodes confidence and social connection. Taking time to maintain appearance, no matter your age, is one of the simplest yet most powerful ways to show the world that you still value yourself and your life. One of the biggest mistakes many older people make is resisting new technology. It often starts with simple phrases like, "I'm too old for that," or, "I don't understand these gadgets." While this hesitation might seem harmless, it can quietly create a wall between them and the modern world. Technology isn't just about smartphones or social media anymore. It's about staying connected, informed, and independent. When seniors refuse to learn even the basics of new technology, they risk isolation. Today, families often communicate through video calls, text messages, or social apps. Important updates about health appointments, banking, or community events also come digitally. Those who stay disconnected can easily miss out on valuable information and opportunities to engage. Over time, this leads to loneliness and a feeling of being left behind, even when surrounded by loved ones. Adapting to technology doesn't mean mastering everything, it simply means being open to learning. Understanding how to make a video call, send a message, or use online services can make daily life easier and safer. For example, telemedicine allows seniors to consult doctors without leaving home. Online shopping can save them from tiring trips. Social platforms can help them reconnect with old friends or meet new ones with shared interests. The fear of technology usually comes from a lack of confidence, not ability. Many older adults grew up in a time when things were simpler, and the digital world feels foreign. But once they receive a little guidance, often from children, grandchildren, or community classes, they realize that technology isn't as complicated as it seems. In fact, it can be empowering. Moreover, using technology helps keep the brain active. Learning new apps or tools stimulates memory and problem-solving skills, which are vital for mental health. It also fosters independence. Instead of depending on others for simple tasks, seniors who use technology feel more capable and in control of their lives. In today's world, adapting to technology is not just about convenience, it's about survival and connection. Refusing it creates distance, while embracing it opens doors to knowledge, relationships, and self-reliance. Staying curious, patient, and willing to learn ensures that growing older doesn't mean growing outdated. It means staying part of the ever-evolving world with pride and confidence. One of the most common habits older people develop, often without realizing it, is constantly talking about their health problems and medications. While it's natural to share experiences or seek comfort, turning every conversation into a discussion about aches, pains, and pills can make others feel uncomfortable or even drained. What begins as an innocent attempt to express concern or connect often turns into something that pushes people away. When seniors frequently talk about their illnesses, it sends an unspoken message that their life revolves around their problems. Friends, family, and younger people may start to avoid such conversations because they associate them with negativity or repetition. No one wants to feel helpless or weighed down by constant reminders of sickness. Over time, this can isolate the person who's speaking, the opposite of what they actually want. It's important to remember that health issues are a part of aging, but they don't define one's entire identity. Focusing every chat on medication names, doctor visits, or symptoms limits emotional variety and stops others from seeing the vibrant, wise, and humorous person beneath the complaints. Instead of talking about what hurts, it's far more uplifting to discuss hobbies, family stories, or life lessons. These topics create warmth and joy in relationships. Of course, discussing health is sometimes necessary, especially with doctors or caregivers. But it's about balance. Choosing when and how much to share matters. A brief mention of a health update followed by a positive topic shows resilience and perspective. It demonstrates that, even in discomfort, the person remains optimistic and engaged in life. Moreover, constant focus on illness can also make health problems feel worse. Psychologists note that talking excessively about pain can reinforce it in the mind, making the body more sensitive. Shifting attention toward gratitude, good memories, or achievable goals can actually reduce stress and improve well-being. Older adults have immense wisdom, humor, and experiences to share, far more valuable than endless health talk. When they replace complaints with stories, laughter, and curiosity, they not only brighten others' days but also lift their own spirits. Good health may fade with age, but a positive attitude and engaging conversation can keep one's social world alive, warm, and full of respect. A common mistake many older people make is becoming trapped in the past, constantly comparing the present to how things used to be. They often reminisce about their youth, old traditions, or how the world was better back then. While memories are precious and storytelling can be a beautiful way to connect generations, living too much in the past can prevent seniors from truly enjoying the present and adapting to the world around them. This attachment to the past often comes from comfort and familiarity. The world has changed rapidly. Technology, culture, and even communication styles are different. It can feel overwhelming, so many seniors retreat into memories where life felt simpler and more predictable. But when they refuse to accept change or openly criticize everything modern, from new music to social media or lifestyle trends, they risk alienating younger people. Family members and friends might begin to see them as stuck or unwilling to grow. Embracing change doesn't mean forgetting the past. It means using the lessons of the past to live wisely in the present. Seniors have the advantage of experience. They can guide others, not by rejecting modernity, but by blending wisdom with openness. When older adults learn new things, try new foods, or explore new hobbies. It shows flexibility and vitality. This mindset keeps the brain young and the spirit alive. Moreover, life continues to evolve whether we accept it or not. Those who adapt tend to stay happier, more independent, and socially connected. For example, trying out a smartphone, enjoying modern movies, or learning about current events keeps conversations fresh and engaging. It also shows younger generations that aging doesn't mean becoming outdated. It means growing wiser while still being curious. Living in the past can also create silent frustration. Constantly thinking, "Things were better back then," can lead to sadness or resentment toward the world today. But shifting focus to the present, appreciating what's good now, brings peace and contentment. The present moment, after all, is where life still happens. In short, holding on to fond memories is healthy, but resisting change is limiting. The happiest older people are those who honor their past, enjoy their present, and remain open to the future, living proof that age doesn't stop growth, only the refusal to adapt does. One of the most overlooked yet damaging mistakes older adults make is ignoring their posture, physical fitness, and overall mobility. With age, the body naturally loses muscle mass, balance, and flexibility, but staying active can slow this process dramatically. Unfortunately, many seniors believe that exercise is, for the young, or that resting more will protect them from injury. In reality, inactivity is often the very thing that leads to stiffness, weakness, and a loss of independence. Poor posture is one of the first visible signs of aging. Rounded shoulders, a bent back, or shuffling steps don't just affect appearance, they also influence how others perceive vitality and confidence. A straight posture signals alertness, dignity, and energy, while slouching can make someone appear tired or fragile. More importantly, poor posture can cause pain in the neck, back, and joints, reducing overall mobility and comfort. Fitness for older adults doesn't have to mean intense workouts or heavy weights. Simple, consistent activities, like walking, stretching, light yoga, or swimming, can make a remarkable difference. These exercises strengthen muscles, improve circulation, and boost balance, which helps prevent falls, a major cause of injury in seniors. Even short daily movements such as gardening, housework, or dancing to music can keep the body active and the mind engaged. Maintaining mobility also nurtures independence. Seniors who move confidently are able to take care of themselves, go out more often, and stay socially active. In contrast, when mobility declines, life becomes smaller, fewer outings, fewer interactions, and eventually, less joy. Staying mobile keeps not only the body young but also the spirit. It's equally important to pay attention to flexibility and balance. Gentle stretching or balance exercises, like standing on one foot or using a stability ball, help improve coordination. These habits reduce the risk of falls and keep movements smoother and more natural. Posture and movement are reflections of inner health. Standing tall, walking with purpose, and keeping the body active show pride and self-respect. Neglecting fitness leads to dependency and a faster decline in both physical and mental health. The truth is simple. The body may age, but it doesn't have to grow weak. With daily care and motion, seniors can retain strength, dignity, and the freedom to live life fully, one step at a time. As people grow older, many stop paying attention to what they wear, believing that fashion or personal style no longer matters. They may choose the same old clothes for years, loose, faded, or mismatched outfits, thinking comfort is all that counts. While comfort is indeed important, dressing well goes far beyond appearances. It directly affects mood, confidence, and how others perceive one's energy and personality. When seniors dress in outdated or untidy clothes, they unintentionally send a message that they've stopped caring about themselves or about life's little joys. Others may see them as tired, disconnected, or even depressed, even if that's not true. In contrast, when older people wear clean, well-fitting, and lively clothes, they appear more vibrant, alert, and full of life. A simple change of outfit can make someone look and feel years younger. Clothing doesn't have to follow the latest trends to look good. It just needs to be neat, flattering, and suited to the individual's personality. Choosing colors that brighten the face, fabrics that feel good on the skin, and styles that fit well can lift self-esteem. For instance, soft pastels, light blues, or earthy tones often enhance mature complexions beautifully. A well-chosen accessory, like a scarf, hat, or watch, can also add elegance and charm. Dressing thoughtfully is also a form of self-respect. It shows attention to detail and a desire to stay connected with the world. When seniors dress nicely before stepping out, even just to visit friends, attend prayer, or shop, it boosts confidence and earns silent admiration from others. This small act of care says, "I still value myself, and I still want to live fully." Moreover, the psychology behind dressing well is powerful. Studies show that people who wear clothes they like tend to feel more positive, motivated, and socially active. For older adults, this can make a huge difference in avoiding loneliness or emotional decline. In essence, style has no expiration date. It's not about chasing fashion. It's about embracing dignity and joy through personal expression. By choosing clothes that reflect both comfort and pride, older people remind everyone, including themselves, that beauty, confidence, and presence are timeless qualities that age can never take away. One of the saddest and most harmful mistakes older people make is withdrawing from social life, especially from younger generations. Sometimes this happens gradually. Friends move away, loved ones pass on, or energy levels drop. Other times, seniors feel that the world has changed too much and that younger people wouldn't understand or value them anymore. But isolation, whether emotional or physical, is one of the fastest ways to lose joy, health, and purpose in old age. Human beings are social by nature. We thrive on connection, through laughter, conversation, and shared experiences. When seniors isolate themselves, they miss out on the mental and emotional stimulation that keeps the brain active and the heart happy. Loneliness doesn't just cause sadness, it can also increase the risk of depression, memory decline, and even physical illness. Scientists have found that social engagement is as vital to longevity as proper nutrition or exercise. Many older adults isolate themselves because they fear being a burden or think they're too old to fit in. But in truth, younger generations often love listening to stories, learning wisdom, and receiving guidance from elders. The problem is not that young people don't care, it's that communication gaps often form when seniors stop reaching out or show disinterest in modern ways of connecting. A simple message, phone call, or participation in family gatherings can make a huge difference. Staying socially active doesn't have to mean attending big events. It could be joining a local community group, attending religious gatherings, volunteering, or even chatting with neighbors during a morning walk. Social life can also happen online, through video calls or social apps that help maintain contact with family far away. The key is to stay involved, curious, and open. Interaction with younger people is especially valuable. It brings energy, new ideas, and laughter into life. In turn, the wisdom of seniors provides guidance and stability to the young. This exchange keeps both sides growing. Isolation slowly steals the joy of living, while connection breathes life back into each day. The happiest seniors are those who keep their doors and hearts open. By staying connected to others, especially younger generations, they remain not just remembered, but truly relevant and cherished. A subtle but very common mistake older people make is believing that their age automatically gives them the right to correct, advise, or lecture everyone around them, even when no one has asked for it. Of course, elders carry valuable wisdom and life experience, and their guidance can be a treasure for younger generations. However, when advice becomes constant, controlling, or judgmental, it often has the opposite effect. Instead of being respected, the person becomes quietly avoided. Many seniors do this with good intentions. They want to help, protect, or prevent others from making mistakes. But younger people today live in a different world, with new challenges, tools, and ways of thinking. When older adults insist that, "Our way was better," or, "You're doing it wrong," they unintentionally create distance. The younger generation starts to feel unheard or undervalued, and conversations turn into arguments instead of meaningful exchanges. Respect is a two-way street. While experience deserves recognition, humility earns genuine admiration. The most respected elders are not those who constantly correct others, but those who listen first, understand the situation, and then share their thoughts kindly and briefly. People remember advice that feels supportive, not lectures that feel forced. Giving too much unsolicited advice can also signal a lack of trust, as if the younger person isn't capable of making good decisions. This can hurt relationships, especially within families. Children and grandchildren might start to hide things or spend less time visiting, simply to avoid being told what to do. Instead, seniors can use their wisdom in a softer, wiser way, by sharing stories from their own life. Saying, "I once faced something similar," or, "Here's what helped me," invites curiosity rather than resistance. It keeps communication warm and respectful. Moreover, listening with patience often teaches more than speaking constantly. When elders show understanding and openness, younger people naturally seek their opinions. This creates mutual respect, not distance. In short, age gives wisdom, but humility gives power. Acting superior only isolates, while offering gentle, thoughtful guidance builds bridges across generations. Older people who balance advice with empathy remain not just heard, but deeply loved, trusted, and remembered as true sources of wisdom and grace.